Welcome back guys to another Zero DTE video, and today Ernie's going to be talking about the butterfly strategy, so make sure you stay tuned. If you're interested in becoming a pro trader, check out the link in the description where you can find Ernie's education platform. Enjoy guys.
All right, so I'm going to put on a trade, and we can see here that the VIX is still in zombie land, well below 17. I like trading between a 10 and 20 wide. Today I'm going to do a 10 wide. I haven't done a 10 in a little while, and it's also a little later on in the morning, actually in the afternoon now. On the right-hand side, we have the SPX on a daily chart with the Hull moving average set at a 14-day period, and it is pointing up. We can tell that by looking at the color. That cyan color, blue color means that it's pointing up. A magenta would mean it's pointing down. Of course, we've made new highs today and we're on a slight little pullback right now. So let's add an SPX trade to this, and we'll go 10 wide. We're going to try to spend $1 or less, or 10% of the width, and it's going to be a call fly. So we'll go on the left side of this options chain. This options chain, this is the 0 days expiry. We can see this is Monday. It's Friday today, so we have 0, and then 3 days to expire. That would be next week on Monday. We're going to choose today. I typically just go a handful of strikes out because I usually know that I'm going to be changing it anyways. Now I could go straight to buy a butterfly here, and it's going to default to a 5 wide fly. I think I can change that in the settings, what the default width is, but I'm not going to bother. I can also do that from here by going to deepen wide and then choosing 2 strikes wide, which would give me a 10 wide because it's 5 points per strike. So 2 strikes would be 10 wide. And then that should create the 10 wide butterfly I want, which it did, and gave me a price of 70 cents. Looks like I chose correctly where to place it. It's under $1. I don't know. What would happen if I go 1 strike closer to the money? Let's try that. So that means we would go to 5105, 5115, 125. That's over. I don't know. Let's try getting it at $1. 110, 20, 30. 85 cents. All right. Unfortunately, it looks like I missed that little downturn. Now it's starting to move up against me. Hopefully it will move down a couple of ticks and fill me. All right, so it filled, and we can see that right here at 85 cents. If I were to do a calculation on what the risk to reward was on that, I would take the max potential profit and then divide that by the risk that I took, and that would give me my risk to reward. Now, the max profit of a butterfly, though, is the width minus the debit. So the width on this guy here is 10, or another way to say it, times 100 would be $1,000. And we would subtract from that the debit, which was $85. That equals $915 is the maximum potential profit. That is, if I were to exit this trade and it was a perfectly pinned trade right on those short strikes, I would make $915 at the end of the day. Now I would divide that by the $85 of risk that I'm taking, and that will give me my risk to reward. So 915 divided by 85 equals 10.76. So this is a risk to reward of 1 to 10.8 if I round it off, which is right in line with about what my average is. My average is right around 1 to 10. So let's take a look at what that looks like. You can see the trade here in the options chain, and here it is on the risk graph. According to the risk graph right now, this gray area is showing what the platform is measuring as 1 standard deviation move. What it's saying there is that there's a good chance today that from this time of the day at 12:40 that we could go as high as 51.29 or as low as 50.55. So I guess I'm within range. The odds, though, the realistic odds of me getting to this center strike are only about 5%. The odds of going from where we are now to the edge of the strategy right here at the break even, it's 50-50 odds. I could go this way 50% or this way 50%, whether it's up or down. If it were a winner, about 75% of my winners, or about 37.5% of my winners of my trades, will end up somewhere in this area here. If I were to measure right from that to about halfway between that and the center strike, let's say right around there, there's about a 10% chance and about a 2% chance to get to the center strike. Relatively low odds, 0.5% chance that I'm going to get into loss, and about a 10% chance that I'm going to get inside the profit tent, maybe 12%. That's what I've found over time. Over looking at thousands and thousands of these trades, that's what it ends up being. So that should set your expectations very clearly that we're really 50-50 traders. We want to make sure that our risk is small enough that we can handle the fact that we're going to lose 50% of our trades, and that risk is small enough that it's not going to materially affect our accounts, that we can absorb that even in a worst case scenario, we can still manage that drawdown. And that's how we choose that risk to reward trade. And then we try to manage all the profits. Let's say that most of your trades were in this area, which they are going to be, and versus this area. If you were to take all the possible trades that you would be able to get between here and that break even, that should offset all your losses. That's what I've seen. And the trades that get inside the profit tent from here to here are the ones that will tend to elevate your account. Now, that's not saying that you can't elevate your account from trades out here, because you could get 4 or 5 of these in a row that could amount to a pretty good return. I'm just saying on average, if you're going to split them up, probably a bad way of looking at it, because you're saying that I'm only going to raise my account if I get a trade in here. And that's not true. I've ground my way up to significant returns just by taking small profits. All I'm saying is that if you were to look at it strictly from an averages point of view, the trades that get inside here are the ones that will materially advance your account. And the ones that are out here are the ones that are going to keep you in the game.
Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button below. If there's any questions that you might have for Coach Ernie, make sure you leave them in the comment section. Thanks, guys.